Hello, welcome to the next episode in the Juumpuntu tutorial series. Um, in this episode, we are going to follow up our creation of a virtual machine, and we use that virtual machine to boot our live CD or our live ISO. So what we're going to do now is what we recommend you do. It's not a requirement, but we suggest that you install off the live CD or off of the ISO into your virtual machine. And this will just give you benefits, mainly speed is the main benefit. But it will also let you can customize your desktop or do whatever you want now with this, which you wouldn't be able to do when using the live CD. Now it's a pretty simple procedure, but the video might be a little bit lengthy just because I'm going to let it play through the entire process. So to get started, we've booted up our live CD. There's nothing special you need to do. You're just going to go System, Administration, Install, Release. Click this, it's going to ask you for a password. So Jump Tester, Jumptester. It's the standard password for all of the Jump Tester work that we've done. Okay, so now you have some options. You can choose your language. Because it's Linux, you've got lots of options that you can choose, so you can have the OS running in your own language, which is nice. The Jump CLI, of course, will only be in English. Here it says for best results, please ensure you have 4.1 gigabytes of available space. I suggested 4 when creating the VM. So this is saying 4.1, so that might be okay. Hopefully you went with more or the default 8. You can choose to download updates while installing or not. It's not necessary, but it shouldn't break anything. I'm just going to go ahead and leave those boxes as they are. Now it's going to ask you, do you want to erase and use the entire disk? Now this isn't your hard disk, this is a virtual hard disk, so you don't need to worry. Go ahead and erase and use the entire disk. So this is where you can see my size settings. It's going to end up being 8.6 gigabytes. And this is just talking about the Linux file system inside. This is the only virtual drive available. Just stick with the default settings here and install. So this process takes a little while, so this video might be a bit boring. Okay, I'm in Vancouver. It's kind of nice the way this installer works. It's still taking some settings from us, but at the same time it's going to proceed and copy files and whatnot. So yes, I'm in Vancouver. I'm going to move forward. My keyboard type is USA, that's correct. Okay, so now it's just onto the install. So like I said, this is going to take a few minutes. Really, you're basically done if you've made it this far. Just let it continue. Once it's finished, it'll ask you if you want to reboot, and just go ahead and do that. But we'll get there, and I'll show you in a few minutes. Things seem to be going well. Probably shouldn't do much while this is installing, so I'll just let it be. Almost finished copying files. Once Once it actually is finished copying files, then it'll go ahead and install all of the files that it's copied off the disk or the ISO. I think you might find if you're using a CD-ROM versus or the DVD versus the ISO file that the ISO will be a little bit faster while installing. Either way, it's pretty fast for installing an operating system, so it's nothing to worry about. I think the install should be finishing soon. We're configuring hardware, configuring the bootloader. These are just the final steps before everything's all finished, and then we're going to go ahead and reboot. Probably just another minute or two. Okay, so here it is. One thing, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this or not, but we can try, is you'll notice down here the VMware player has this bar across, and it's saying when you're done, finished installing the operating system in your VM, and it reboots, then we're going to click I finished installing. So we're going to reboot, and then hopefully this will still be there, and we'll click it. Mind you, I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but we'll see if we can do that. So we're going to go ahead and restart. We don't want to keep using the live CD. We want to use our installed setup. Okay, so we can see that now it's booting up. This time it's not going to use the CD to boot up. You'll be able to tell, hopefully you'll have this boot screen which shows you that it's now installed. A nice Juumpuntu logo there by BetaWorks. And another thing you'll notice is this no longer says logged in, currently logged in. He's just jump testing, so now we're going to log in. Remember the password is jump tester, and we log in. And one thing you'll notice is that it should be much faster now, even on the first boot. Subsequent boots should be even a slightly slightly faster, but this is much faster compared to the live CD and the ISO. There we go, and any second now should be getting some more. Okay, and we're almost there. And as soon as this loads, then your Juumpuntu testing console is ready to run. Oh, we might have an issue with my internet again. Okay, so Dropbox is going to want to restart Nautilus, so we just click Restart Nautilus. That window will close. This only will happen once when you've installed like this. Once that window has closed, go ahead and click Close, and we can try again here. And now that window's gone. This will only happen on your first boot. If you want to get that back easily, one more time, go Places, Home Folder. In Home Folder you'll see Start Nautilus. So with Start Nautilus, you're just going to double click and you're going to run. This has a delay on it. The program has a delay built in, so 10 seconds later you're going to get your results window back. And once you have that, you're all ready to start testing. Thanks for watching.